Welcome everyone to the Antler Sports Network for this presentation of TAPS District Basketball. My name is Jared Jones here with Glenn Smith, and on color for this evening's proceedings, Dre Watkins. Dre, district opener, you've been an athlete before, you've been in this situation. What does the district opening matchup in any sport mean to an athlete?
Oh man, it sets the tone for what you want to do. If you want to run the district, man, it's a good starting place to put your statement on the district, man.
Gorman controls the tip-off to open this ball game. Gorman guard number 5, Sid Kleoff, coming back from a brutal foot injury suffered earlier against Brick Hill. Gorman taking control of the rock, swings it over to the wing. Favre, lob pass, easy layup, miss. Fantastic defense. Anthony Todd can't get the bucket. All Saints controls the rebound. We're here at Brookshire's Gymnasium on the campus of All Saints. Sasoli, pass to Walker. Walker takes the drive and gets the offensive foul call. Alex Barriga, the 5'11 junior guard, takes the charge to get this game up and running. Still scoreless here at Brookshire's Gymnasium, 7:33 left to go in the first quarter of play. All Saints seeming to mirror a full court press, no one over the ball. Ball's inbound to Barriga. Favre fumbles the pass, brings control. Back to Barriga on the closest side, does here at Brookshire's Gymnasium. Skip pass, over to Chris Green. Green immediately trapped back to Barriga in middle of for safety. Barriga taking his time, guarded closely by Drew Jackson, the 5'11 guard, junior. Both of these teams extremely young. Only 4 seniors total on the floor. 2 seniors for both teams. Favre pass is tipped once again by Drew Jackson. Ball goes out of bounds, but it will be a turnover for TK Gorman. Their first turnover of the ball game. Still scoreless. 7:08 left to go in the first quarter. Jackson receives the contested pass, drives, easy pass, blocked by Favre, but the officials are going to call a foul. Foul's going to be on the 6'2 senior forward, Adam Favre. Couldn't really see if it was contact. Look from my angle, might have been a block.
Far better contact. He got him on the wrist.
Taking the initial free throws of the ball game for All Saints is the 6'4, the junior forward, number 24, Cullen Walker. First shot's up and good. We officially have our first basket of the ball game. First personal foul for Adam Favre. First team foul for Bishop TK Gorman. Second shot off the back iron and out. Gorman controls the rebound after the tip by Bryce Patrick. Here's Barriga, gonna take it himself. Jackson closely guarding him in the full court. Green comes around his back to swing over to the closest side on the far left side. Barriga, closely guarded, needs to avoid the 5 count and does. Barriga handling the basketball. Fantastic on-ball defense by All Saints Paul Sasoli. Barriga with the pass to Favre through contact, and the bucket's good. Adam Favre with the initial bucket. Jackson with the drive. Rolls out, can't get it to go. Favre with the rebound. 1-2 ball game. Gorman holds the lead on the road so far. 6 minutes and 22 seconds of counting left in the first quarter. Favre immediately met at the half-court line. Crossing the timeline is Barriga now on the close side wing. Barriga, now guarded by Bryce Patrick. Drives by him, immediately met with the double team. Can't get to the block. Pivoting, finds Favre in the corner. Brings it back out, gets at the top of the key to Green. Green slowing things down, setting up in a horn set. Dribble handout to Barriga. Head coach Kevin Murray, in his 5th season here at TK Gorman, runs a very tight ship. Last time you saw him here on the Antler Sports Network, taking a dominating win over Grace. 3 ball, no good, an air ball by Alex Barriga. His first shot, 1 up, still no bucket. 1-2, All Saints down here at home. Bryce Patrick passes over to Thames. Thames. Walker over to Jackson. Jackson drives on Favre. Through lots of contact, can't get it to go. Rebounded by Gorman's number 23, Anthony Todd. Gorman, dribble handoff again. This time the ball goes to Barriga. Back out to Favre, far side wing. Favre dribbles, finds a little bit of space, loses the ball. Fantastic hands by Drew Jackson for All Saints. No numbers here for the Trojans. Takes the mid-range pull up about 18 feet out. No good. Scuffling for the rebound. Multiple players on both sides. Ball's controlled by Chris Green. Timeout will be taken by TK Gorman. Their first timeout of the ball game. Dre, so far, both teams very fast-paced. No one really able to take control.
Yeah, man. A lot of fast pace, getting a lot of shots up, man. It'd be interesting to see who slows the pace down or who keeps the pace going throughout the game.
As you said, a lot of shots going up, but not a lot of shots going down. Do you think that's just maybe big game jitters, or no one's just really able to find their shot so far?
A lot of first game jitters. I think as the game goes on, the shots will start to fall and they'll start to get into the flow of their offensive sets.
TK Gorman sitting at a over 500 record of 9-7. All Saints currently sitting at 12-10. The Trojans, the host team tonight, is currently on a 4-game win streak. Gorman on the other side of the spectrum on a 2-game losing skid, looking to maybe change their fortune entering the district season. Gorman takes the inbound. All Saints still in that treacherous full court press. Gorman has faced full court presses all season, including in one of their latest games against Big Sandy. Gorman fell. Bariga controlling the offense. Starters with the ball, but gets it out to safety. Here's Kleoff. Kleoff, an first-team all-district player the previous season. Both teams having 2 all-district players, very star-studded ball clubs at very young ages. The lob pass is up. Fantastic pass from Favre. Up to Anthony Todd for a second bucket of the ball game. Gorman doing a great job of off-ball movement so far, resulting in a lot of easy buckets, but not a lot of easy points either. 4 minutes, 5 seconds left to go. 4-1, Gorman leads. Skip pass. Is Jackson in the corner, wide open for 3. Knocks it down. Both teams firing on all cylinders. 4-4 is your score here. Brooks's Gymnasium on the campus of All Saints in Tyler. Skip pass over to Kleoff. Kleoff drives, looks for the dribble, handout, doesn't get it. Looks to reset his offense. Gorman going back into that horn set. Favre sets the screen, gets push, and it's going to be a defensive foul. That foul on All Saints is going to be on number 4, Paul Sassoli. His first personal foul, first team foul for the Trojans. Still the first quarter, 3 minutes, 38 seconds left to go. Here's Favre. Back over to Kleoff. Kleoff taking his time. No 5-second count. The official does start his count. Drives to his right. No dice. Met immediately with resistance by Paul Sassoli. Also, another first-team all-district member for All Saints, and a fantastic defense from Sassoli. The junior guard, 5'10", using all of his frame to get in front of Kleoff and force the turnover. It's going to be All Saints possession. Substitution being made, the first substitution of the ball game for either team. Ryan Richburg coming into the ball game, giving Alex Bariga a bit of a break. 3 minutes, 24 seconds left to go. Tie ball game. We're all notched at 4 in Brooks's Gymnasium. Gorman implementing a full court press of their own. Might be expecting a jump trap. Ball's tipped out by Favre. All Saints does maintain possession. Dawson Thames, the 6-foot junior forward, inbounding for the Trojans. Can't find anything, but does find Jackson. Almost goes across the timeline, but maintains possession. Here's Bryce Patrick, the second All Saints player to get all district honors in the previous season. Drops Kleoff, maintains possession, finds the pass, gets it through. Thames turns, fadeaway jumper, tough shot, can't get it to go. Rebound pulled in by Gorman's Anthony Todd, but it will be out of bounds. Gorman will maintain possession, still notched it for a hair over 3 minutes left to go in the first quarter of play. Jay, so far, both teams playing very quickly. What are your initial thoughts as we reach the 3-minute mark in the first quarter?
A whole lot of full court pressing, a whole lot of teams trying to find their rhythm offensively. We'll see if some shots can go down.
Here's Kleoff, taking his time setting up this Crusader offense. Bounce entry pass over to Richburg. Back to Favre. Favre drives, back to Richburg. Richburg dribble drive to the baseline, no dice. Stolen by Jackson. That's his second steal of the ball game. Drives, pass Kleoff on him. Kleoff takes the contact and knocks down the bucket. Count it, and 1. Fantastic job to finish through contact by Drew Jackson. Count the bucket. That foul is going to be on Gorman's number 5, Sid Kleoff, his first personal foul. Official change the call. They're going to call it on the floor. The bucket will not count. It's still 4-4. Greg, do you think that should have been a shooting foul, or did the officials get it right calling it on the floor?
Yes, I thought it should have been a shooting foul. He was outside the restricted circle.
Takes the 3 in the corner. No good off the back iron and off. by number 4, Paul Sasoli. He's done a great job on defense so far. Can't get anything going on the offensive end. 2 minutes, 23 seconds left to go in the ball game. Kevin Murray getting his offense together. Here's Kleoff, guarded by Sasoli closely. Over to Richburg on the far side corner. Up to far top of the key, swings over to Kleoff. Kleoff takes a three on the far side wing. No good, nothing but air. Rebounded by Bryce Patrick. Patrick swings it over to Jackson. Jackson back to Patrick at the top of the key. Back over to Jackson on the close side wing. If you were here at Brookshire Gymnasium, you would think that it'd be a home game for TK Gorman. Patrick can't knock down the three, but rebounded by Cullen Walker. Gets the possession, but is tipped out by Gorman's number 23, Anthony Todd. Very active in defense so far as Gorman makes the substitution. Coming in is going to be number 23, Mill Walters, the combo guard, 6'2 junior for the Trojans. Minute 48 and counting left to go. Jackson takes the deep three, rolls in, and it's good. Stops and pops for the easy three-point bucket. All Saints are slowly gaining their stride on offense here. Let's see if they can keep that going with a minute and a half left to go. Here's Kleoff, drives, immediately met by resistance at the free throw line by Gorman's number 2, Cameron Reed. Here's Favre. Floater, no good. Can't knock down the baby hook. Gets his own rebound, goes up, pump fakes it up and good. Fantastic job to keep with his bucket to knock down the easy deuce. Your score now, minute 14 left to go. Gorman 6, All Saints 7. Biggest lead so far has only been 2 points, and that was off the initial bucket. Neither team able to maintain control, let alone find control. Bryce Patrick taking his time. Met by Ryan Richburg, one of the 3 Richburgs on this Gorman roster. Takes the drive, immediately swatted away by Anthony Todd. Fantastic block, multiple Crusaders on the floor. Keep possession, coughs the ball out, but it's going to be a timeout call. Fantastic job by Kevin Murray to get the timeout off. 44 seconds left to go in this first quarter. You're watching the Antler Sports Network, courtesy of Wings Inc. of Tyler and Thompson Tires and Services. Welcome back to the Antler Sports Network. This presentation of TAPS Basketball is brought to you by Thompson Tire and Services of Tyler, just 5 miles east of Christmas Trinity Mother Francis Rose Stadium in Tyler. 44 seconds left. All Saints at home, currently holding a 1-point advantage, 7-6. Here's Kleoff over to Favre. Favre back to Kleoff in the middle, swings it back over to Chris Green. Green back over to Kleoff, 34 seconds left to go. Don't know if Gorman might try to take the final possession on this one. It's interesting to see what they'll do. Here's Green over to Favre in the corner. Drives baseline. Goes through the charge. Can't get it off the side of the backboard. No good. Maintains the rebound. Kleoff takes the three. No good. He's 0 for 2 from deep so far. Can't seem to hit anything. Green gets the rebound. 14 seconds and counting left to go. Still 7-6. Back-to-back offensive rebounds for Gorman. Let's see if they can turn it into points. Here's Chris Green. Back to Kleoff, wing, tries another three, no good again. Favre with the rebound and time expires, and that ends your first quarter of play. Your score after 1, All Saints 7, Gorman 6. Quick first quarter of basketball. Lots of offense, a lot of defense, a lot of quickness from both teams. What are some of your initial thoughts so far from both teams?
TK Gorman is crashing the boards hard. Favre has 5 rebounds. Alex Green has 2. All Saints need to get on the boards and control the pace of this game.
Now, you mentioned that they need to control the pace of this game, but they're still up 1. How do you think they've been able to maintain, even though it's still a lead, how do you think they've been able to keep this close margin of a lead?
The defense, man. They're rotating the right way, man. They're getting to their spots, and they're setting boundaries on defense, and they're holding TK Gorman off.
First horn sounds here at Brookshire Gymnasium. Fun fact about All Saints, they started off as St. Andrew's Episcopal School early in the 1960s, eventually changed to the All Saints that we know today. Inbounding for All Saints as the second quarter begins is number 2, the 6'1 senior forward, Cameron Reed, one of the few seniors on this All Saints roster.
Drew Jackson with 6 points. It'll be interesting to see if they continue to get him the ball. He's found his stroke from deep.
Drew Jackson's also been fantastic on the defensive end, causing havoc for the Gorman ball handlers. Here's All Saints. Can't set anything up in the post. Gets it outside to Mill Walters. Walters back over to Reed. Reed to Jackson. Jackson to Patrick. Patrick swings it to Walters. Back over to Patrick at the top of the key. Lots of ball movement. Lots of not really incremental movement, but they're making sure that the ball stays moving, keeping this Gorman, looks like a zone, maybe even a 1-2-2. Back to Cameron Reed. Pump fakes, doesn't do anything with it. Here's Jackson. Gorman has settled in on defense. They're getting absolutely nowhere. Can't even reach the second level of this Gorman defense. Back out to Patrick. 7 minutes, 14 seconds. This possession has almost lasted an entire minute, but they do put up a shot. No good by Mill Walters. Multiple hands touched that one, but they're going to call it out of bounds. Last touch by Gorman's number 4, Adam Favre. Dre, how do you think Favre's played so far? You said he's been fantastic on the board so far tonight.
Man, he's played fantastic, especially on the defensive end. Rotating over and helping congest the paint.
Here's Favre controlling it after the shot by Mill Walters. No good for All Saints. 6 minutes, 57 seconds left to go. All Saints still holds the 1-point advantage, 7-6. Here's Kleoff. Drives right, can't find anything. Bounce pass intended for Ryan Richburg. Does maintain possession back out to Favre. Could have been a nice little pass there, but just couldn't seem to control it. Here's Kleoff. Official keeping his count. Trapped by Reed. Tried to find Favre. Fantastic pass. Even better finish. Kleoff has one slice it in. Dyson. This Trojan defense so far tonight. Gorman takes only their second lead of the ball game. This is the 4th lead change already. We've only hit 6 minutes and 20 seconds of the second quarter of play. Here's Patrick. Lots of off-ball movement. Gorman there on defense every step of the way. Favre closely guarding Patrick now. Back over to Jackson. Jackson swings to the corner to Walters. Walters skip past to Patrick. Could have been a steal for Gorman, but no dice. Richburg turning up the heat on defense. Sits back. Has Kleoff to help on his right. Back over to Walters. Walters back over to Patrick at the top of the key. Walters gives it to Reed in the corner. Reed now. 5 minutes, 40 seconds. Stolen by Favre. Just gets out of bounds.
Gorman is really starting to get comfortable in this 1-2-2 zone.
Paul Sicoli checking in for the All Saints Trojans. Taking a break will be Mill Walters. All Saints in their previous game taking down some pretty good opponents, winning on December the 31st against Grace. Also having 2 dubs so far this month, starting off January right, opening on the 4th with a win against Kings Academy, and that very next week on the 7th against Carlisle. All very convincing wins by at least 10 to 11 points. Here's Reed surveying the Gorman defense. Skip pass over to Patrick. Guarded by Kleoff immediately, now switching over. Sicoli, Jackson in the corner. Back out and out, no good. Rebounded by Anthony Todd. His defensive rebounding onslaught continues for Gorman. Has been a figurehead, I guess you could say an anchor for the Gorman defense so far tonight. Screen for Green. Tipped out by Reed. Possession will stay with TK Gorman. Subbing back in for the ball game for All Saints is Dawson Thames. Taking a break is Cameron Reed. Favre gets it to Kleoff. Immediately met by Sicoli. Just now passes the timeline. Screen by Favre. Might have been open on that roll, but can't get it going. Here's the drive. Pass over to Favre. Gets the pump. It goes up. No good. Gets his own rebound. This time, second time's the charm. Another offensive rebound and leading to a bucket for Adam Favre. Favre so far has been fantastic on both sides of the floor in the interior for Gorman. Mid-range shot, easy bucket. Fantastic short quarter shot by Dawson Thames. The mid-range game is not really something you see in high school basketball anymore.
That is true. The game has changed a lot. A whole lot of three-pointers nowadays in high school basketball.
Shot denied once again by Dawson Thames. Favre can't get that one to go.
Great weak side defense there by Thames.
Subbing in for Gorman, getting his first action, Joseph Richburg, the second of the three Richburgs on the Gorman roster. Kleoff on the inbound. Gets it into Favre again. Easy bucket. Favre's dominance continues. 12-9. Gorman holds the advantage here at Brookshire Gymnasium. 4 minutes and counting left to go in the second quarter. Here's Thames. Thames drive. Kicks it out on the drive. Goes up. Bucket is good through the contact. Shots up and good by number 24, Cullen Walker, the 6'4 starting junior. On the line for for All Saints, once again, number 24, Cullen Walker. All Saints so far this season has been winless in neutral site play. Earlier during the holiday season, they participated in the Wagstaff Holiday Classic. Couldn't find a win. Let's see if they can find a win tonight here at home as he knocks down the free throw. 12 all, 3 minutes, 45 seconds left. Thames tips the pass out of bounds. Kleoff getting trapped more and more as this game goes on. You know he's going to be the main ball handler, but of course, All Saints not really doing themselves too many favors, letting Favre run the boards the way he has. Here's Kleoff. Fakes the shot, steps through, stolen by Thames. It's one-on-one. Here's Favre. Goes up, tries to go for the block, but doesn't. Thames knocks down the easy fast break layup. Another lead change here. Skip pass, stolen again by Thames. That's back-to-back steals. Skip pass, intended. Fantastic tip pass. Count the bucket. Count the bucket. Back-to-back and ones for All Saints, Cullen Walker. Gorman, back-to-back quick fouls, leading in back-to-back quick buckets. Score now 16-12. All Saints holds the advantage and holds the biggest lead of the ball game so far. Free throws up and knocks it down. Lead is up to 5. 3 minutes and a couple seconds, handful of seconds left to go here in the first half of play. Kleoff over to Green. Green skip pass, stolen again by Dawson Thames. 3 straight steals. Lob pass, can't control it. Stolen. Multiple players from both teams trying to get it. There is a foul called, however. Waiting to see what that foul is going to be on. No official has made the word yet.
Dawson Thames is reading that passing lane perfectly.
Foul's going to be on All Saints number 12, Dawson Thames. Previously aforementioned Thames, this time getting a foul call. Fantastic hustle, though, by the 6-foot junior forward. Here's Kleoff, trying to break this All Saints press. Skips it over to Green. Green back over to Kleoff. Kleoff to Green. Doing a fantastic job of having better ball security. Kleoff the floater about 18 feet away, through the contact and good. No foul call, might have been a little extracurricular there. No whistle, still gets the bucket. All Saints, last year in the same district, finished 6th. So far, TABC predicts them to be within the top 2 this year. Multiple ranked teams in this district. Let's see how the rest of the season plays out, but first they have to win this game here. Kleoff controls the offense here for Gorman. Takes it barely across the timeline here. Just over 2 minutes left to go. 17-14 still. All Saints holds the slight margin. Here's Kleoff. Finds Favre. Fantastic pass. Even better cut and finish. Favre continuing his offensive dominance. 17-16, minute 50 left to go in the second half. Here's Patrick. Patrick tipped by Richburg. Joseph Richburg can't get it. Jackson, corner, 3-ball, no good. Back out and out. Tries to get his own rebound, but can't get it to go. Kleoff controlling the ball once again for Gorman. Made immediately by Jackson before he can even cross the timeline. Does cross it though, however. Bumps him off. Goes through the contact. Sidestep. Puts up a 3. No good. He's 0 for 4 from deep so far. Can't seem to knock anything down. Patrick controlling it here for All Saints. Let's see if they can get a bucket out of it. Jackson on that last three, couldn't get it to go. Puts up another three, though. Knocks it down. Jackson might be trying to find his stride yet again from deep. 20-16. All Saints continuing to increase their home lead. Just over a minute left to go. Green, Cleo, skipping the ball across to each other, making sure they get across the timeline and break this All Saints full court pressure. Here's Cleo, 55 seconds and counting. Referee holding his count. Bounce pass over to Favre. Favre closely guarded by Thames. Puts up a three. No good. Richmond can't get it to go. Rebound controlled by Cullen Walker. Walker over to Patrick. 40 seconds left to go. Taking his time. All Saints current head coach Eddie Francis has been at All Saints for upwards of 30 years. Fully integrated into the Trojan history. Thames, entry pass is stolen by Chris Green. Chris Green has Favre running. Let's see what he'll do. Drives, Euro steps, makes the jump, and fantastic bucket. Chris Green doing a great job of using all that 6-foot puck's length to get through the bucket and one. Making a bucket. 3 straight and ones for All Saints. Number 24, Cullen Walker. He's going to the line yet again for All Saints with 11 seconds left to go in the first half of play. That's Gorman's 15th foul. All Saints playing a little bit more of a disciplined ball game so far, only having 3. Free shot is up and good. 23-18, 10 seconds and counting. This might be the very last possession of the first half. Green skips over to Cleo, just over the head of Patrick. Cleo takes the charge, doesn't get it to go. It's Favre right at the buzzer. The shot is up and it counts. Yes, no charge taken as we head to the locker room. 20-23. Gorman still can't find the advantage. All Saints taking control so far at home. How do you think they're taking care of their home court so far tonight?
Oh man, they're controlling the boards, and man, Cullen Walker's just having his way in the paint, man. 10 points, 2 boards, man. He's anchoring that team offensively and defensively.
Now, getting back into this Gorman team now, in their previous games, mentioned at the beginning of the broadcast, they're on a 2-game losing skip. Their last win coming on December the 17th, a 40-29 win against Marshall Christian, losing against Grace on the 28th, a game that was broadcasted here on the Antler Sports Network, and just at the end of the year, on the 31st, end of the year on a somber note, losing against Big Sandy 55-46. Gorman, led by head coach Kevin Murray, his 5th season here. His upcoming games include two big back-to-back matchups in this district. TAPS 4A District 2, one of the hardest divisions in TAPS, going against 2 ranked teams back-to-back before having a bye. Their games are on the 14th this month against number 4 Covenant and against number 18 Grace Prep out of Arlington that very next week. On the 21st, they'll have a bye, and on the 28th, they'll play Shelton. Another interesting factoid about the Gorman Crusaders, they're 1-4 against 500-plus teams. All Saints 12-10 so far. This is easily one of the best games they've played so far, but still down by 3. What do you think Gorman needs to do going into the locker room to turn the tide so far?
Gorman needs to continue to feed the hot hand in Adam Favre, man. He has 14.6 boards, man. They need to continue to drive and kick to the block and feed Adam Favre. Also, you need to knock down your shots and stop turning the ball over as much. They turn the ball over a lot in the half court, specifically to Dawson Thames. So just continue to control the block and take care of the basketball.
Now, All Saints, although I think having a 3-point advantage, just seems like they've taken over, especially with the hot hand of Drew Jackson. Would you say that he's been, I guess you could say, the Trojan MVP so far in this first half?
No question. He's knocking down shots. He's getting to his spots, and he's taking really good shots, and he's not.
He's been that dude so far.
Yes,
Needless to say.
He has been that guy.
Been fantastic from deep. How many threes has he had so far? I want to say around 3.
He has 3 threes.
What's his point total? What's his stat line so far?
9 points. He just has 9 points. He doesn't have any rebounds or assists. He has a clean 9 points. 3 for 4 from the field.
All Saints so far 3-0 against ranked teams in both TAPS and in UIL competition. Could you kind of see how they've been able to beat some of the best teams in the state with the way that they played so far tonight?
No question. They knock down their shots. They play hard. And they have a really good big man who controls the paint on both sides of the ball.
Eddie Francis so far running a tight ship. Their next games are against Shelton on January the 14th. against number 8 in the state, Patango, out of Dallas on the 18th. And that very next week, that same week, going against number 4 Covenant. So, like I said earlier, very tough district, multiple ranked teams. TABC predicts that at least 3 of these teams will be ranked at the end of the year. All Saints last year, once again, finishing on the outside looking in, finishing 6th in their district last season. Gorman finishing 3rd, made a very pretty good playoff run, lost in the second round. But if you look at this roster, especially if you watched our previous broadcast of Gorman basketball when they played against Grace, this is the first time that Gorman's had a full roster since, well, really since last year, since January the 14th when they played against Brook Hill. Looking at the roster, how do you feel about their body of work, 1 through 5?
I think they're solid top to bottom. I think they're a very well coached team. They do a lot of the little things right, and I think that's very important in the game of basketball to do all the little things right, set all the screens right, box out to get rebounds, and just to do things that will won't show up in the stat sheet, but it'll help you win games for sure.
Now, both of these teams, I guess you could say, are pretty loaded for a basketball sense, starting with All Saints, Bryce Patrick and Cameron Reed receiving all district honors, both making the second team respectively last year. And Paul Sicoli, he's been a defensive juggernaut so far on the basketball for the Trojans. He received honorable mention last year. And on the other side for TK Gorman, Sid Cleoff, the main ball handler so far, he received first team honors last year. And also Chris Green receiving second team honors. So what does it say about the coaching staff to have multiple players that are young, very young teams for both of these teams? What does it say about them being so successful in their districts so early on?
It just shows that um, they have players that have bought into their system. They believe that with the work and proper preparation that they can do things right and that they will be successful in their system. A lot of it is just about believing in what your coach implements on day one. So um,
Both teams now exiting the locker room. We're going to take a quick timeout here on the Antler Sports Network. You are watching Taps Basketball via antlersn.com/watch, the ASN Twitter page at antler_SN, or on YouTube on our official channel at Antler Sports Network. You're watching high school basketball presented by Thompson Tire and Services and Wings Inc. of Tyler.
If I could be you.
And you could be me
for just 1 hour.
If you could find a way
to get inside
each other's mind.
Walk a mile in my shoes.
Walk a mile in my shoes.
Walk a mile in my shoes.
We've all felt left out. And for some, that feeling lasts more than a moment. We can change that. Learn how at belongingbeginswithus.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Walk a mile in my shoes.
A car is one of the biggest purchases you'll ever make. It's how you get to work, it's how you take the kids to school, and it's how you get to some of life's biggest moments. So, why not treat it as such? Whenever your car needs some tender love and care, visit Thompson Tire and Services in Tyler on 321 South Bonner Avenue, just 5 minutes from Christus Trinity Mother Frances Rose Stadium. Joe Thompson and his team of professionals brings decades of under-the-hood experience to ensure your car runs at its best. Any make, any model, any year, Thompson Tire and Services is the only place to get the best for your car in East Texas. Thompson Tire and Services, open from 8 to 5 weekdays and closed on weekends. Proud sponsor of the Antler Sports Network. Wings Inc. of Tyler believes there's no such thing as too many wings. With 16 flavors ranging from barbecue to Jamaican jerk, you'll be sure to find a favorite. Feed the crew no matter their hunger with 50, 75, and 100-piece wing combos available for your game day festivities. Don't want wings? Wings Inc. has boneless options, specialty french fries, and even specialty wedge salads. Try the shrimp and avocado salad, topped with fresh Cajun boiled shrimp and vibrant avocado with your choice from 5 dressings. Watch the game with us on our large 65-inch HD TV while enjoying the best wings in East Texas. Carry-out and delivery options are also available. Find Wings Inc. at 16669 FM 2493 Old Jacksonville Highway in Tyler, just 3 miles south of Fresh. Wings Inc. Come get you some. A car is one of the biggest purchases you'll ever make. It's how you get to work, it's how you take the kids to school, and it's how you get to some of life's biggest moments. So, why not treat it as such? Whenever your car needs some tender love and care, visit Thompson Tire and Services in Tyler on 321 South Bonner Avenue, just 5 minutes from Christus Trinity Mother Frances Rose Stadium.
Welcome back to the Antler Sports Network via the Antler Sports Network mobile viewer. If you're watching online at antlersn.com/net, if you're watching on Twitter via our Twitter account at antler_SN, or via YouTube on our channel at the Antler Sports Network. Be sure to subscribe and follow to see if we'll be broadcasting a game near you and to read some of the most interesting articles so far. Interesting little tidbit, not even related to this game, but for the first time in East Texas history, we had a homeschool player be nominated for the Dave Campbell Texas Basketball Player of the Week. Shout out to the Tyler Heats, Jason Carlisle, first performance in the Wagstaff tournament with 28 points, 7 rebounds, and 9 assists. Back to the game at hand now as we begin the third quarter. Your score here at Brookshire's Gymnasium on the campus of All Saints Episcopal. All Saints 23, Gorman 20. Now, during the break, Dre, you had an interesting tidbit about Gorman, even though they're winning this game.
All Saints has only had 5 rebounds, despite them being up in this in this game, and they have managed to get shots to go down, and regardless of them not rebounding the ball or not.
Charge taken quickly by All Saints, looking to see what number that might have been on. Officials usually go to the table to kind of give the scorekeepers a idea of who that last foul was on, but nothing so far. Got an officials timeout. Officials talking to All Saints' Dawson Thames. He's leaving the ball game.
Might have a little bit of blood.
Might have been a little bit of blood. He's pointing at his shirt. Trainers are talking to him on the side of the court, but play will resume. Only 10 seconds ticking off in the third quarter. A little bit of fun here being had by the crowd here. Brooks Gymnasium taking off his undershirt in front of the crowd, giving a little bit of praise. Looking to resume playing here shortly. Officials checking him out, and we seem to be up and rocking yet again. 7 minutes still, 50 seconds left. 23-20, third quarter. Thames inbounds it to Sicoli, back over to Thames. Gorman implementing what might be a 2-2-1 full court press here. They're probably going to convert this into a man-to-man, but you know they played a lot of man-to-man earlier on in the first half. Drew Jackson, his hot streak continues. Yet another trifecta bucket from the corner for Drew Jackson. He's been on fire tonight for this All Saints offense. Skip pass to Green. Green to the corner. Pass stolen by Sicoli. Sicoli with the steal. No numbers for Gorman. Here's Jackson. Jackson making that last three. Sicoli to Jackson. Takes a 3-bit of a heat check. And with fantastic timing, back-to-back threes to open the second half of play. Here's Gorman now. Richburg over to Kleoff. Trying to stop this run. Quick 6-0 run. Quick hitting 6-0 run to begin the second half. Entry pass over to Richburg. Richburg stolen by Thames. That's another steal for Thames. Thames goes up, trips himself up a little bit on that last up. Can't get it to go. Seems to be a little bit of shaking up. Might have twisted his ankle, but no dice. Stolen by Bryce Patrick. Another turnover for TK Gorman. Pass to Sicoli. Dribbles. Power dribbles. Can't get it to go, but does get the foul. That last foul is going to be on Gorman's number 4, Adam Favre. He's been aggressive so far. Can you accredit that to maybe some of the foul trouble he's gotten in so far?
Yes, no question. Very, very aggressive. Crashing the boards and getting second chance points.
Head coach Kevin Murray on the sidelines for the Crusaders, 9-7, as the first shot is short for Sicoli. Gorman making a substitution. Coming in is number 1, the 5'10 freshman guard Ryan Richburg, coming out for his brother, number 10, the 6-foot forward sophomore Joseph Richburg. Sicoli shot up and straight down. This lead is slowly increasing, but if you're really paying attention to this game, you would think that the scoreboard wouldn't say a 10-point advantage for All Saints. 30-26 minutes, 26 seconds left to go in the third quarter of play. Here's Kleoff, drives, Jackson on his hip. Fantastic find, even better finish for the sophomore forward Anthony Todd. Here's Thames for All Saints. Met immediately at the timeline by Ryan Richburg. Sicoli getting closely guarded, spins, hand off to Jackson. Jackson pulls her through on the wing, and he hits yet again. This man cannot be stopped.
The ultimate heat check 3.
Here's Favre. Favre going through lots of traffic. Has a little bit of space, but doesn't take it. Dribble handoff to Cleoff. 33-22. This game has, to say the least, shifted in the favor of the home team. All Saints Trojans. Cleoff on the drive-through contact, goes through a lot, and is up and good. Fantastic defense by Jackson. Even better finish from Sid Cleoff, the first team all-district guard from last season. Here's Jackson. Will he heat check again? Do you think he's going to pull another one?
Oh, yes, he should.
Guarded closely by Chris Green, one of the best perimeter defenders in the district so far. Jackson takes the drive, up and good. He has easily taken over this ball game. Not only from 3, but getting the easy bucket down low. Thames can't get the steal. Here's Favre. Favre fakes to pull up midi, doesn't take it. Up to Chris Green from way downtown. From a different area code, can't knock it down. Rebound by Gorman's number 23, Anthony Todd, Chris Green shot off the backboard, no dice. Rebounded by All Saints' number 24, Cullen Walker. Over to Patrick. Patrick drives, takes the shot, through lots of contact, can't get it to go. Rebounded by Gorman's number 23, Anthony Todd, yet again. Cleoff and these Crusaders need to stop this run quickly. This could get out of hand.
Yes, they could. They need to stop the bleeding. Drew Jackson's getting to a spot and knocking down shots.
Little razzle-dazzle by Cleoff. Can't shake off the defense, though. Pops a contested 3 off the side iron, and now he's 0 for 5 this evening from deep. Traveling violation called. Might have been a little extra contact. Fantastic defense by Gorman, Thames, and Walker to force that turnover. Gorman's dry spell is continuing. What do you think could be the solution so far with 4 minutes and 14 seconds left to go in the third quarter?
Get to the paint, draw some fouls. They stopped feeding big number 24 who had his way in the first half. Get to the paint, draw some fouls, and get to the free throw line.
Patrick, fantastic charge, taken by St. Cleoff and gets it. That's going to be on All Saints number 24, Cullen Walker. Great job by Cleoff, even though he's a little bit smaller at 5'9", does a fantastic job of getting into open space and getting even some contesting buckets to fall so far. Head coach for All Saints, Eddie Francis. Might have been a wet spot. He's going to try to clean things up here on the floor of Brooks Gymnasium. One thing you don't really see in high school, the parquet floor, the TD Garden type of flooring here on the gymnasium here on the campus of All Saints.
Oh, no question, man. It's a different atmosphere in high school basketball as opposed to something like the TD Garden.
Here's Cleoff now. Over to Favre for the skip pass. Immediately met by Thames on the far side wing. Over to Green, double teamed. Pass over to Richburg. Richburg to Green. Stolen by Sicoli. Fantastic pass, but it's a foul called. That foul's going to be on TK Gorman's number 3, Chris Green. Substitution being made coming into the game is starting guard Alex Barriga subbing in for Ryan Richburg. One thing about Gorman, they have very small guards, but once you get to the 3 through 5 spot, a lot of length. Everyone at the 3 through 5 spot above 6 feet tall.
Yes, they're very, very, very long and active on their 3 through 5s.
Patrick, back to Jackson at the top of the key, taking his time. 3 minutes, 34 seconds left to go. Whistle blown on the far side of the floor. Going to be a loose ball foul, a hold called on Gorman's number 4, Adam Favre. Favre, once again, that interior aggressiveness, deepening the hole for his foul trouble so far tonight.
He doesn't need to get in the foul trouble because he's been a very pivotal part of this game.
Tries to take the charge and gets it. Gorman gets the ball right back. Fantastic charge taken by Anthony Todd. One thing that anybody can notice that both of these teams are very adamant at taking charges, willing to put their bodies on the line.
Yes, very much so.
Here's Green, met by Patrick, over to Favre. Favre tries to put a little bit of spin on the pass, should have made the simple play. Turnover resulting for TK Gorman. Coach Kevin Murray is not happy. Multiple substitutions being made. Might be just one, however, and it is. Coming out for All Saints is number 24, Cullen Walker. Coming in is number 2, the senior 6'1" forward, Cameron Reed. Got a little bit of action in the first quarter, but it's been out since. Let's see if he can continue to use his size to put an impact onto this game and maybe even slow down the Gorman Bigs.
Yes, sir.
Skip pass, contested by Favre. Can't get it to go, but he does. Keeps it. Ball goes out of bounds. Head coach Eddie Francis tried to get a timeout on the far side, but the official does call it out of bounds. All Saints will maintain possession.
Most of these teams are starting to settle into their full court traps.
What do you think so far has been better implementing the full court pressure so far tonight?
I think all Saints did a good job, especially Dawson Thames, of implementing the full court trap.
Patrick on the drive, over to Reed. Reed can't get it to go, rattles in and out, tries to save it, and he does, but for Gorman. Cleoff gets the rebound, recently just got his ankles taken, but fantastic job to recover on offense. Here's Green, over to Favre, tip pass, controlled by Patrick. Patrick has numbers, stolen by Cleoff, his tip taken by Jackson behind the back pass, can't get it through. Lots happening here. Here's, Cleoff to Soli, it's to Coley. Fantastic hands to stay in the paint, get the easy bucket for All Saints. A lot happening in that sequence. Surprised anybody can even get possession, let alone get a bucket. Here's Cleoff, skips it over to Green, passing the timeline. 2 minutes, 36 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Cleoff controlling this offense, dribble drive and handoff to Barriga. Barriga, handoff back to Sid Cleoff. Cleoff drives to the paint, met by Reed. Might have been the slowest charge I've ever seen taken in my years of watching basketball, but gets it anyway. Great position to stay solid, take the charge, fall on his back the proper way. Shout out to Brett Sweeney, might have taken the Sweeney school of flopping on that last charge.
Both these teams do a good job of rotating to the spot that they need to be and taking charge instead of trying to contest it and get fouls.
37-24 is your score. Third quarter of play, 2-2-2 showing on the clock. And counting now. Here's Thames. Gorman continuing that full court pressure. They got to hustle. That 10-second count still going. Here's Sicoli. Drives over Favre. Off the front iron and no good. Favre controls the ball for Gorman. One thing about the All Saints press, as Chris Green takes a wide open heavily contested three right in the eye of Jackson for All Saints. Green with the second three of the ball game might be trying to find his rhythm on offense. Timeout taken by All Saints. Well, we're going to stay here. One thing you kind of notice about this All Saints press, they don't really implement it coming off of quick rebounds.
No, they don't. They implement it off of makes. They do a good job of disguising and reading passing lanes very well. A lot of their buckets have been off transition steals. So they do a good job of reading the passing lanes and staying disciplined in what they're supposed to do.
Gorman's main ball handlers so far have been Chris Green and Sid Cleoff. Do you think that illusion defense that All Saints authority has made it difficult for them to kind of find their teammates as you think they'd like to?
Yes. A big part about the scramble trap is giving them different looks and just being able to disrupt the flow of the ball handler for sure.
Eddie Francis throwing out very deceptive defensive schemes, resulting in a 10-point advantage as the second horn sounds. 37-27 left to go in the third quarter. That is your score of the third quarter, not the time. Your time is 1:50 as both teams re-enter the floor. Kevin Murray stalking the sideline. Definitely can't be happy. If you're a head coach and you're down by 10 with 1:50 left to go in the third quarter, what adjustments do you think you can make? I guess you could say a quick hitter to try to keep your team in this game without it getting out of hand.
First off, you need have your kids keep their composure more than anything, and also you need to tell them to just get to their spots and run the sets that they're taught to run, so they can get easy buckets.
Speaking of easy buckets, Coley with an easy pass to Cameron Reed and an easy bucket. The lead increases to 12 now. Cleoff over to Barriga, back over to Cleoff. Little razzle-dazzle crosses the timeline is Chris Green. Green to the corner, here's Favre back in the paint. Goes up right over his head. Difficult finish. Made it look easy though. He flipped that ball right over his head. Honestly, how he was able to even get that over. Paul Sicoli. Guarded by Favre, out to Reed. Reed at the far side elbow, picks up his dribble, skip pass to Jackson. Jackson, guarded by Cleoff, pump fakes, no dice. Over to Thames. Thames finds Sicoli. Air ball right over the rim. Might have been a little extra contact, but no whistle blown as Favre gets the rebound. Trying to looking for a man, but finds Chris Green. Green, no numbers. An odd 2-on-4 break, but Gorman slows it down. Here's Cleoff. Takes the floater through contact. Up and good. First bucket of what seems like decades for TK Gorman. Do you think they'll be able to try to carry this momentum with 36 seconds to go?
No question. They're doing a good job of getting to the paint and getting easy buckets.
Speaking again to the paint, Paul Sicoli going up for that last shot. Little bit of contact there, waiting on who the officials will call that on. They will call it on Gorman's number 4, Adam Favre. You think if you're head coach Kevin Murray, what do you think you should do? You're probably your biggest offensive weapon so far is at least not any less than 3 fouls. Do you sub him out or just try to keep him in and let him play?
I think you have to ride the hot hand, man. I think right now if you sub him out, man, I feel like All Saints could go on a really big run and put this game away early.
Shots are up and good, making your score 40-31, 32 seconds left and counting. All Saints still maintaining that pressure. Gorman easily breaking it, but just can't seem to get a bucket out of it. Here's Favre, the man who recently got that last personal foul, getting guarded by Thames. Dribble drive, hop steps, gonna be a travel call. Couldn't get both of his feet down in time. Did a little bit of a two-step. You can't do that in basketball last time I checked.
You cannot.
17 seconds left. This most likely might be the last possession, but the way both of these teams have been applying full court pressure might not be. Here's Reed, back over to Thames. 15 seconds now. Here's Jackson. Jackson, lead pass to Reed. Cameron Reed goes up for the charge, and it is a charge. Charge is taken by Gorman's number 2, Alex Barriga. Another charge in this ballgame. There's been more charges than buckets almost.
Yes, it has, man. A lot of kids putting their body on the line for the better of the team.
7 seconds and counting. Might be the last shot of the ball game. Here's Kleoff. Gonna do it himself. Bounce pass in to Todd. Todd, no good as the final horn sounds. We got some great basketball so far here in Brewster's Gymnasium, wouldn't you say?
Yes, I would say. I think both of these teams are playing really, really hard, and I think the team that knocks down their shots and gets back on defense and gets set in their traps will win this game.
We're going to take a quick time out here on the Antler Sports Network, presented by Thompson Tire Services in Tyler and by Wings Inc. of Tyler.
Wings Inc. of Tyler believes there's no such thing as too many wings. With 16 flavors ranging from barbecue to Jamaican jerk, you'll be sure to find a favorite. Feed the crew no matter their hunger with 50, 75, and 100-piece wing combos available for your game day festivities. Don't want wings? Wings Inc. has boneless options, specialty french fries, and even specialty wedge salads. Try the shrimp and avocado salad, topped with fresh Cajun boiled shrimp and vibrant avocado with your choice from 5 dressings. Watch the game with us on our large 65-inch HD TV while enjoying the best wings in East Texas. Carry-out and delivery options are also available. Find Wings Inc. at 16669 FM 2493 Old Jacksonville Highway in Tyler, just 3 miles south of Fresh. Wings Inc. Come get you some.
Uh-oh, Brad's buzzed.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he's starting with the woots.
Welcome back to this presentation of boys high school basketball here on the Antler Sports Network. Dre, you've seen a lot. Fantastic offense and defense. Give us a little update on the stat lines for some notable players for both teams.
Drew Jackson with 20 points. Adam Favre with 16 points and 9 boards.
Gorman getting a quick hitting set out as the quarter begins, but no dice. Can't get any points out of it. Here comes Gorman. Here's Barriga. Goes through, swatted away by Cameron Reed. Sit back, Matumbo style. On the drive, charge taken. No, it's called a blocking foul. Bit of a pause there. I guess the referee tried to build some anticipation calling that foul.
Yes, he did.
That last foul was on TK Gorman's number 23, Anthony Todd. Todd as well getting into a little bit of foul trouble as, not Grace, as All Saints is now in the penalty, now shooting 1-1. If you're head coach Kevin Murray, do you think you might want to go with maybe one big, with both of them being in such foul trouble, or do you want to keep them both out there for the sake of the team?
Keep both of them out there for the sake of the team, no question.
Patrick knocking down his first free throw, increasing the lead back to 10. 11 has been the biggest point advantage so far this evening. Second shot, no good. Rebounded by Fall. Up to Kleoff. Might have had numbers, but slowing it down here. Here's Kleoff. Guarded by Reed. Reed to Green. Green in the corner to Barriga. Barriga to Favre. Favre swings it back over the top of the key to Rich Barriga. Over to Kleoff. Lots of off-ball movement here by TK Gorman here. Green. Guarded by Jackson. Drives baseline. Met with immediate resistance. Takes a difficult fadeaway shot. Up the front iron, and now Jackson controls the board after Reed couldn't get to it. 7 minutes, 10 seconds left to go. 10-point game. 41-31. Here on the Antler Sports Network, presented by Thompson Tire and Services. Jackson couldn't get the pass, but gets it back. Goes through the contact, but can't get the bucket to go. Another foul for TK Gorman. That foul is going to be on the Crusaders, number 2, Alex Barriga. On the line for All Saints has been the hot hand, and I guess you could say been the player of the game so far. Wouldn't you think? It's number 11, Drew Jackson. We said his name a lot tonight, haven't we?
Drew Jackson is truly having one of the games of his life.
First shot up and rattles in good. 6 minutes, 58 seconds left to go. If you're head coach Kevin Murray, what do you think you can do to stop this man, if that even seems possible?
I mean, you have to play high on the screens, man, and just not let him get his feet set to knock down easy jump shots.
Barb can't get the rebound on that last shot. All Saints maintaining possession under their own basket. Gets it into the big man down low, turns and fades. Easy shot, rattles in and out, but controls his own rebound, though. Walters back out to Patrick now. Jackson over to Walters. Walters guarded closely. Over to Reed. Jabs at the far side wing. Gets it over to Walters. Has a man down low. Goes up. Lots of contact. No good. Reed turns, fades, fakes the shot, but doesn't put it up. Here's Jackson. Been the juggernaut on offense, and fantastic block by Chris Green. Ball goes out of bounds, but All Saints gets possession yet again.
All Saints is doing a good job of controlling this half court, getting offensive rebounds, getting second and third possessions for their team. Really pivotal down the stretch of this game.
Here's Patrick, looking for a man. Squeezes it into Reed. Reed, fantastic pass, even better bucket. Finally take advantage after their third attempt at getting a bucket on their own basket. Kleoff takes possession. Backs up, trying to set off his offense. 6 minutes left to go. You're down so much. Do you think this is a little bit too slow or too fast of a pace for a few of the Crusaders?
A little bit too slow, but they didn't have a sense of urgency on offense to try to get buckets and get buckets quick.
Cross-court pass, over to Bariga on the corner, off the back iron and out, rebounded by Reed. You need a shot like that to fall when you're down so much, as time is not your friend so far as the seconds tick off. Lots of contact. Reed falls after attempting a screen. No foul call, however. Walker swings it over to Jackson. Jackson to Reed at the elbow, guarded by Favre. Passes it up to Patrick. Patrick. Easy wing jumper. Can't get it to go. That shot was no good by Walters. Rebounded by Walker, but a travel violation is called. Coming in for TK Gorman is number 1, Ryan Richburg. Alex Bariga, the starting guard, taking a break. Well, the last one, I guess you could say Walker walked.
Walker walked. The Wild Walker.
Here's Kleoff now. Back on the charge for Gorman. To Favre from a different area code. Can't get it to go. Rebound maintained by Gorman. Goes up and good. Fantastic instincts by Anthony Ty to get the rebound and an even better finish. 5 minutes left to go. We got us a ball game here, folks. 11-point game. 44-33. Foul is called. Foul is going to be on TK Gorman's number 1, the recently subbed in Ryan Richburg. That results in 1-1 for All Saints, number 2, Cameron Reed. Now, I guess you could consider this a bit of a rivalry. Couple interesting tidbits of these two teams as they hook horns here at Berkshire's Gymnasium. All Saints currently holds the all-time record since 2007, 17-15. Hits the front half of the 1-1 is Cameron Reed. Although All Saints has the advantage in the all-time series, All Saints is only averaging 42 points a game against Gorman since 2007. Second shot, no good. Gorman in this matchup averaging 58 points a game since 2007.
It's always good to have those bragging rights in a rivalry game for sure.
It's atmospheres like this that, especially in a district opener in a game that you know down the line is going to have even playoffs, might have not district championship implications. Games like this are just as important at the beginning of the season as they are in the end. Gorman now trying to make something happen on offense. The well has been dry when it comes to buckets so far. On the drive, Richburg loses the ball, takes it back, awkward shot, nothing but air. Here's Patrick controlling possession here for All Saints. Patrick steps back, makes Richburg fly about 5 miles in the other direction, maintains possession. All Saints faking that shot, no good. Drew Jackson, guess who? Steps back, looks for the three, doesn't take it though. Reed over on the far side corner. Lob pass a little bit too high. Pass was intended for All Saints number 23, Mill Walters. Substitution being made. Getting us initial action is TK Gorman's number 11, Ashton Roberts. Ryan Richburg taking a bit of a breather on this Gorman sideline. We talked about how, in the second quarter, how All Saints is 3-0 against ranked teams. On the direct opposite side of the spectrum, Gorman is 0-3 against ranked teams. Kleoff makes the post entry pass, and it's going to be a jump ball. Possession arrow is pointed to TK Gorman, however.
TK Gorman got away from a lot of the things that kept him in the game in the first half and feeding Favre down on the block.
Here's Kleoff over to Green in the corner, swings it back over. Top of the key, Kleoff wide open, takes the corner three. No good. The dry spell continues for him. A little bit of extra contact, but no call. All Saints will take possession. All Saints, although they're a very young team, most of the class of 2023 have played together since the 5th grade. Having chemistry like that, what do you think that can do, even if you're a coach or even as a team, for your future success?
Playing together for a long time is one of the most sought after things in sports, and I think chemistry over a long time period can be very instrumental for a team in the future, for sure.
Jackson with the spin pass was intended for one of his bigs, but couldn't get to go. Gorman with the steal, lots of extra contact. Fumbling the ball is Anthony Todd. Can't take the odd 1-on-4 break. Possession, All Saints. All Saints also making a substitution here as they maintain possession. Paul Sicoli comes into this one. Now, Sicoli and Jackson, they've dominated in their own right, but on opposite sides of the floor. Of course, Jackson being on fire, to say the least, from three, but Sicoli doing a very great job to lock down the perimeter offense of this Gorman team. Jackson, speak of the devil, fakes the three, gets Favre to jump, but no dice. Patrick over to Sicoli. Sicoli has Reed in the corner to his left, fakes the screen, goes back to the middle of the floor. Back to Patrick now. Official keeping his count. Here's Reed, guarded by Roberts. Roberts, skip pass, over to the far side wing, back over to Jackson. Jackson, 3 minutes and ticking left to go. Sicoli has a wide open three, but doesn't take it on the far side wing. Drives, has Green on him. Official keeping his count. Over in the corner, back over to Sicoli. Dribble handoff to Jackson at the top of the key, guarded by Favre. A lot of off-ball movement here by All Saints. Over to the corner is Paul Sicoli. 2 minutes, 43 seconds left to go. This possession is about to grace a minute, ladies and gentlemen. They still keep it. Ball is tipped by Roberts, but Reed maintains possession. Back over to Patrick. Patrick got Kleoff on him. Here's Sicoli. Open on the wing. Let's Green come up on defense. Skip pass. They seem to be kind of burning out the clock here. Stolen by Kleoff, though, and the possession finally ends. If you're Gorman, you see All Saints are trying to run out the clock. What do you do trying to weather the storm as Green can't hit the three ball?
Well, that last possession ended in a turnover. All Saints is doing a great job of controlling the clock.
Jackson had wide open three, but doesn't take it, solidifying pretty much what we already knew. 2 minutes left to counting. They're running out this clock here. Entry pass over to Cullen Walker. Up and good. Timeout taken by head coach Kevin Murray. Subbing in for Gorman will be number 10, Joseph Richburg, the sophomore forward. 2 minutes left. I'm going to ask you this for both teams. Starting with All Saints. What do you do to keep this lead? Because no lead is safe in high school basketball.
You just continue to get into your half court and run your sets, man, and make very good passes. Don't rush anything and just continue to eat this clock up, man. The last possession was over a minute, and even though it ended in a turnover, the most important thing is they took a minute off the clock.
Now, switching sides now. You're down big here on the road, pivotal district game. If you're head coach Kevin Murray in that holder, what are you telling him? What are you telling your team?
Quick stops, quick buckets, man. You need to disrupt their half-court sets, and after made buckets, get into your defense and try to get quick turnovers to lead to quick buckets.
First horn sounds here with 2 minutes left to go. If you're tuning in, be sure to make sure that you follow us across social media on Twitter at @Antler_SN, on Instagram at @AntlerSportsNet. No work at the end, just AntlerSportsNet. Subscribe to our YouTube page, predominantly where we'll stream at Antler Sports Network. And even follow our Facebook page and Antler Sports Network. Favre on the inbounds pass. Final 2 minutes of the ball game here. Still a little bit of a slower pace by Gorman. Let's see if they try to turn things up here. Dre, as you mentioned earlier in the third quarter, you think they should pick things up a little bit more, right?
No question. They play with a very slow pace, and they come back to hurt them late in the fourth quarter.
Green takes a skip pass, takes the shot, can't get it to go. You needed that bucket. That might have been the final dagger. Takes the bucket. Is going to be number 24 for All Saints. Cullen Walker can't get it to go. Gorman takes possession now. Here comes Green. He's been just as, I guess you could say, lackluster from three as his fellow guard Sid Cleop has been. Here's Roberts looking for his first bucket of the game. No good. Rebounded by Dawson Thames. Thames himself has had a heck of a night, especially on the defensive end. Here's Patrick. Taking his time crossing the timeline. Bit of a hiccup pass was intended for Drew Jackson. Out of bounds. 47-33 is your score. Minute 10 left to go in the fourth quarter of play. Here's Favre. Gorman does have the possession arrow, so just in case they need to get a quick possession after an offensive bucket, they can't get the jump ball. Roberts, quick shot, nothing but air, rebounded by Sicoli. Sicoli doesn't have numbers, takes his time back over to his fellow guard, Patrick. Patrick to Jackson on the far side wing. Jabs, has Roberts on him, over to Thames. Thames has Chris Green guarding him. Over to Patrick on the close side wing. Lots of movement. Walker taking a spot on the block. Loose ball foul. Seems to have been called. It's going to be on Gorman's number 10, Joseph Richburg. The Trojans of All Saints in the penalty, so that'll send number 0, Bryce Patrick, to the line. Bryce Patrick, last season's second team All-District, can't hit the first free throw, however.
And while Bryce Patrick hasn't had a major scoring game, he's did a lot in the assist department, racking up 8 assists in this game.
Second shot off the back iron, no good. Rebounded by Gorman's Anthony Todd. They got to get a move on now. Favre takes a tough shot, barely hits front iron. This game might be all but over. 27 seconds accounting, 47-33 left to go in the ball game. Over to Patrick now. Patrick, guarded closely by Roberts, over to Jackson. Jackson, Hezzies, entry pass, turns, spins, pump fakes. Fantastic bucket. Great balance by Cullen Walker. He was on that 6'4" frame to get it over the Gorman Bigs. The Gorman Bigs have gone quiet with there's 5 seconds left to go in this one. Favre takes a three. No good, back iron and out. Gorman with the rebound, and that is your ball game. Your score here at Berkshire Gymnasium on the campus of the All Saints Trojans. All Saints 49, Gorman 33. Initial thoughts on that last game as the final horn sounds, Dre?
TK Gorman got away from what kept them in the game early, was feeding their bigs in the post and getting easy buckets. They did a good job of rebounding the ball, but it just goes to show that even though sometimes you control the boards, other teams can definitely control the game. All Saints did a good job of knocking down shots, led by Drew Jackson with 21 points. He had 2 rebounds and 2 assists to go along with that. Cullen Walker was a force down low with 14 points, 5 rebounds, and Dawson Thames did a lot in the defensive category with 3 steals, and he had an assist and 4 points.
Now, the first district game, hypothetically speaking, it signifies the start of a new season. You had your non-district schedule, but now the games matter even more. Starting with All Saints first, what do dominating and controlling wins like this do for your team morale? And I can even say your confidence going into a long district season with a lot of ranked teams.
A couple things. The first thing it does is just boost your overall morale when you beat a team, especially a rival. And the second thing it does is it sends a statement that, we're here and it's going to be a, very, very long district season with us in here. So
now for Gorman, you had a fantastic first 3 quarters. Had a great deal of basketball in the first 3 periods of play. But soon as, I guess you could say, the final three or so minutes of the third quarter going on in the fourth, it's almost like a whole different team step out on the floor. How do you think that they could even improve on this, or what are even some positives that they could take away from this game going into the district season?
A positive is they rebounded the ball very, very well. Adam Favre had 10 rebounds. Anthony Todd had 10 rebounds. So they out rebounded All Saints 28-15. I think they did a good job of controlling the boards. I think something they need to grow on is a little less turnovers, especially in the half court, and learn to just slow the game down, man. You don't every shot that you see, you don't have to take that shot. Sometimes you need to give up a good shot to get a great shot, and sometimes get into the paint, get into those seams, and draw fouls.
Now, Dre, I know this is your first time here on the Antler Sports Network. I'm going to put you on the spot here. The first ever Antler Sports Network player of the game for a broadcast. Who you giving it to?
Drew Jackson, man. I think he controlled the game. He got hot there in the third quarter with 4 made threes, man. He just continued to set the tone, and he, helped push this lead out to, be insurmountable for TK Gorman to come back. So Drew Jackson is my player of the game.
Well, guys, that will do it here on the Antler Sports Network from Brookshire Gymnasium in the Rose City of Tyler, Texas. Your final score, the All Saints Trojans securing home court, 49 to TK Gorman's 33. For Jared Jones, for Dre Watkins, for Glenn Smith, here at Brookshire Gymnasium. So long, everybody.